In the late 1930s, something remarkable happened in classrooms all across Ireland. Thousands of school children were sent out with nothing more than a copybook and a pencil and a mission. They were to gather the old stories, the cures, the legends, the customs, and the memories of their own families and neighbours before they disappeared forever. The result became one of the greatest folklore archives in the world, the school's collection. More than 500,000 pages of handwritten tales, collected from every corner of the country, capturing the voices of ordinary people and the traditions that shaped their lives. Today we're opening those pages again. Each episode will bring you one of these stories, told just as it was remembered, passed down and preserved. So settle in, because this is Ireland, as our grandparents and great-grandparents knew it. And these are the stories they wanted us to keep. Tonight we're travelling back to rural Ireland, sometime around the early 1900s, a time before electricity lit the roads, before cars were common, and when people walked long dark miles home after a dance, often with only the moon for company. And in those shadows, Irish folklore says anything might cross your path. Today's story comes from the school's collection on duchas.ie, written down by a schoolchild in the 1930s, but describing an event that happened decades earlier. A story locals still whispered about. A place in Leitrim they called the Ghost Hole. In the parish of Bornacoola, County Leitrim, two brothers, the storyteller and his brother John, were at a house dance in Patrick Ahern's. John wasn't just attending, he was the star musician, a young man brought specially to play the fiddle, as was common in rural Ireland back then. After a long night of music and dancing, John decided to leave about 15 minutes before his brother, heading home alone on foot. Now, the road home crossed through a spot locals had a name for, a place that already carried a reputation. This point lay exactly where the road crossed the border between two old townlands, Keela and Ruskina. Borders like these, crossroads, boundaries, dividing lines, were often believed to be places where strange things happened. As John approached the ghost hole, something impossible happened. He heard a sound, a heavy, rolling weight, as if several tons were crashing along the hedge beside him. He watched in horror as the bushes flattened before his eyes, as if something colossal was moving through them, knocking them down like falling trees. He froze. The fear nearly killed him on the spot. But somehow, shaking and half in shock, he forced himself to keep going, all the way home. When the storyteller finally arrived home, travelling the same road, completely undisturbed, he found John sitting by the fire, pale, trembling, and sick with fear. What frightened him even more was the thought that his brother might follow the same road and never make it back alive. Now here's where the story takes a turn. The storyteller doesn't think it was a ghost at all. According to him, John had been going to too many dances, staying out late, working early the next day, and destroying his health. He says this constant lifestyle was driving his brother toward exhaustion, even heavy drinking. So he believes the terrifying event on the road was actually a warning, not from a spirit, but from John's guardian angel. The storyteller says the angel used fear to force John to stay home, rest, and look after his health. He even adds that from every apparition story he ever heard, he draws the same conclusion. These things happen to keep people from going down a dangerous path. So, what really happened that night at the ghost hole? Was it a supernatural warning, a guardian angel, an overworked musician's imagination running wild in the darkness, or something else entirely? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy true folklore, Irish stories, and mysteries from the past, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and if you're ever walking an old Irish road at night, remember to keep an eye out and your ears peeled at the ghost hole.